Have you found that you are generally unable to confront people or to disagree with them? Have you been changing your thoughts and beliefs because someone else either approves or disapproves? Has your self-worth been based on the approval of others? If you answered yes to any of these three questions, you may be relying too heavily on external validation. Hello everyone, welcome back to Lisandra Patrice Vlogs and to Motivation Mondays. Motivation Mondays is a platform in which we share our thoughts on life and how to overcome various challenges that life may present. I hope that you have all been enjoying the series so far. I look forward to sharing my experiences with you, kings and queens, and especially look forward to hearing about your own experiences in the comment section. This week's topic is focused on how to stop seeking validation from others. This topic is very relevant, especially to me, as I have lived it for years. It is something that I have been slowly trying to eliminate from my life because for years, this is what I unknowingly practiced. As children, we firstly look to our parents for recognition, also known as validation when we do something good. By the time we begin school, we begin looking to our teachers and our classmates. And in principle, there is nothing wrong with wanting to be recognized for good behavior or having good grades. Every parent would love to have children who are well-mannered. Every teacher would love to have pupils who are diligent and hardworking. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to be recognized or validated. So, when does the problem begin to emerge? The problem begins to emerge when there is an over-reliance on validation and acceptance from others. It begins when we are unable to make decisions for ourselves without being overly reliant on the opinions of others. In this sort of scenario, self-validation is not possible or is not valued. Let me repeat. In this sort of scenario, self-validation is not possible or is not valued. Hence, cyclical patterns emerge where an individual begins to place the opinion, approval, or recognition of someone else over their own feelings. In fact, this can become like a drug, needing the other person's validation on an ongoing basis in order to execute daily life tasks or to make daily life decisions. Have you found that you are generally unable to confront people or to disagree with them? Have you been changing your thoughts and beliefs because someone else either approves or disapproves? Has your self-worth been based on the approval of others? If you answered yes to any of these three questions, you may be relying too heavily on external validation. So, how can we break the cycle? What are some practical tips and tricks that we can use to break the cycle? If you have been using certain tips and tricks to overcome, please insert your comments in the comment section below, as we could all benefit from your experience and advice. Based on my own experiences, I have realized that it is very important to recognize why you are seeking external validation. Why are you constantly seeking validation and approval from others? Maybe it is a situation where you are constantly teased about one physical attribute as a child. Now that you are older and have worked tirelessly to change that physical attribute, you are eager for people to compliment the new you. Don't get me wrong, receiving a compliment is not a bad thing at all. However, it becomes problematic when your attention is placed squarely on receiving compliments from others to feel good about yourself. You place little to no emphasis on self-validation. Therefore, it is important for us all to recognize the reasons, the underlying reasons why we are seeking external validation. When we understand the root causes, that will help us to find solutions to these problems. It is also important for us to learn how to self-validate. It is important to understand who we are. We need to get to know ourselves better. What do you enjoy? What drives you? What motivates you? What are you passionate about? How have your past experiences motivated who you are? Learning how to self-validate will involve self-evaluation. You will have to try to analyze why you are constantly seeking external validation and try to find practical solutions to avoid being overly dependent on the approval of others. These strategies may not completely eradicate your desire for approval, or it may not eradicate the anxiety you feel when disapproval comes your way. But being aware of who you are and making a conscious effort to change the patterns of walking into external validation is the first step in the right direction. your number one cheerleader. If you cannot be your own cheerleader, then who will? It is as simple as that. You have to recognize that you are unique, created for a special purpose. There are certain skills you have, certain talents you have that are there and exist to bless others. You have to recognize that there is good within you and there's purpose within you. Be motivated by that. Be motivated by the fact that your uniqueness, your individuality is placed in you for a reason. There is something good in that. Try to find it. Go ahead, silence the critics, open your mouth, voice your thoughts, and see what happens. Some of us fear that if we begin voicing disagreement, then we lose our friends and family. But if that really happens, if people, regardless of whether they are your friends and family, cannot accept your ideas, your thoughts, or opinions on a particular subject matter, then I believe that this is part of a bigger problem. You will need to examine the nature of these relationships because these people are not interested in actually getting to know you or getting to work alongside you on matters. They are just interested to voice their own opinions and to have people accept them wholeheartedly. So that is definitely not a mutually compatible relationship. So go ahead, open your mouth, silence the critics, voice your thoughts, and see what happens. Thank you guys for joining me for this week's edition of Motivation Mondays. I hope that you have learned some tips and tricks on how to stop seeking the validation of others. Recognize why you're seeking external validation. Learn how to self-validate. Be your number one cheerleader and go ahead, silence the critics. Yes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with anyone who may be interested or anyone who you would like to encourage to stop seeking validation from others. See you next week. Bye.